good. Be good. Do you have any extra love? If not too proud to take pity. Love's leftovers. Too exhausted from being sober. Just step over us. On weekdays, when it was closed, I thought, where will we go? Ants, mosquitoes, miscellaneous bugs. Stagger home drunk from my blood, leaving me scratch.
They consider them bums.
Fathers, brothers, sons, friends.
They are using alcohol or drugs, or they're just really down, or they are having mental health problems.
A lot of homeless people work, and they will work as long as you can give them a job. And most homeless people's cases is that they can't afford their rent.
You will not talk to me like I'm some uneducated black man. Talk to me like I know something, because I do.
I am active, I am creative.
You can walk on the street and they don't even want their dog near you.
No, I don't know why I'm homeless anymore. I have worked, I went to college, had a place to live.
I come from a world of just, drug addiction, abuse.
You take extra care to smell good, you take extra care to be clean because you're homeless, because you do not want to look like you're homeless.
I guess I'll resist all temptation to characterize the people that come to the soup kitchen by any categories and just say they're people.
And we're talking about the Haley House right now. Brilliant, whoever came up with the idea.
Haley House began when people, foremost John and I, chose to rent an apartment in the South End and take guys who were living on the street in to live with us as a way to address some of their needs, but to do it at a personal sacrifice. It wasn't going to be our day job, it was going to be the way we lived.
The brilliance of the Catholic worker movement is that anarchy was seen as something positive. Anarchy was a philosophy that life was built on relationships rather than institutions. The solution to homelessness for most people is housing. That's an easy thing to say, but I'd say the real solution is probably community.
It's not about just serving a meal and seeing how many people we can get through the line. We simply use the food as a means to know the guests, to develop relationships with them, and to help them develop relationships with one another.
The bakery training program originally was started to give guys in the soup kitchen a way to have a life skill and an employable skill at the same time. The business that was set up there was specifically geared to be an anti-gentrification model, a radical business model. We feature local artists of the areas on the walls. We try to employ as many people from the area as possible. But we have a menu that caters to the demographics of the area and tries to be as healthy and low cost as possible.
Noonday Farm is part of Haley House for community members of Haley House to live and work and to grow organic produce and to have a connection with the land. The most radical thing that we're doing here is growing food. It is a complete challenge to the entire system of this country to be self-sufficient. This country only cultivates dependency because dependency is profitable.
For those 22 units of housing, we had 1,594 applications, which is just mind-boggling. I mean, we had people dancing, leaping out of their seats when their number was a low number and it was called. You had this palpable sense of, maybe this is the time I'm going to get good housing.
In our society, we have kind of a very hokey and puffy kind of perception of what love is and what compassion is, and it just means being really nice to people. And love and compassion and nonviolence are very deep challenges, and what that means is that when there is conflict, you engage it, which sometimes means intensifying it.
The Haley House Intentional Community is been between, I guess, 6 to 12 people who live here upstairs at Haley House, and together we kind of do all the work of running the soup kitchen.
It gets really emotionally intense, and there's conflict in the house at times, and so it's both a beautiful thing and a terrible thing. I mean, one of the beautiful parts is you really get to know people on a very intimate level. I feel like it's an experiment in truth.
You've got to go beyond your own neat little bubble that you're born into.
From my experience, a lot of privileged folks don't know poor people. Even like progressive folks that, you know, are doing work in the name of justice.
Part of the process of living and maturing involves getting involved in the real world.
I needed to go through a deeper transformation myself and actually put my ass like in a position where I could encounter people of different economic and racial backgrounds.
Coming to Haley House, planning to make a difference in the world. A lot of the difference is about shifting your own perspective and getting to a deeper level of understanding within yourself, as opposed to being able to transform the homeless issue.
I mean, love isn't all cupcakes and, you know, marshmallows. It's incredibly difficult and can be so challenging. And that's what we're choosing to engage in here.
Door of glass pane, entrance to another realm. 5 a.m., gratefully in from the cold I came. Time slowed, it seemed. Do you have any extra love?